The following program is classified MA for mature audiences 15 years and over. It contains coarse language.
Regurgitator with Kung Fu Sing, please!
It's really good to see you.
Good to have a chat again.
I've seen you a lot over the last few years because I come to your gigs still.
Oh, that's not creepy.
It's not creepy. It's what you do when you love a band so much.
It's not often you get to have Regurgitator all in your bathroom at once.
When I talk to you, Regurgitator, I still feel like I did in the 90s, nervous. The nervousness comes from when I have to talk to someone who I genuinely respect as artists. I get a bit weird.
Oh, these weird faces here. It's nice to see.
Just
faces. Yeah, weird. Weird faces.
I've been looking back at old interviews and going, oh, Dylan, you're really trying to be cool. It's not coming across as cool. There's times when I'm pretty sure you're all going, oh, and rolling your eyes at me. And I'm like, oh.
And how much of your lives then is spent regurgitating?
Oh, not much these days.
No, it's just a sideline kind of hobby thing.
Sideline hobby. He said, the area holding award man.
We all had to get up so early for that damn show.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
There was very little sleep.
We're all older and maturer now. You're, you know,
That's right.
much less rude and... I don't mean rude, I mean less tired.
I'm definitely slightly less rude than I was.
Yeah, he's a lot less
I was
rude.
super rude.
I don't think you were really rude, were you?
But I was compensating because I wasn't very confident either at that point.
Yeah, that's how he...
We were all just compensating, weren't
You were
we?
nervous,
Yeah.
I was rude, he was stoned. Really stoned.
It's probably true.
So who is the album for?
It's for us.
Is it you guys?
Yeah, just for popping on the car stereo.
Yeah.
Drive around to.
Because it's the music you dig and no one else is doing it.
Yeah, something that's new, something to sing in the shower kind of thing.
So is it for the kids as well?
Oh, of course, everything's for the kids.
Totally.
We love our fans.
Got killed by black holes on my POV, and then I looked at myself because I knew too much. I keep dying over and over again, and now I feel I'm alive, so I'm just pretend. What's at the end? What's at the end? What's at the end? The same change. What's at the end? Tell me this is the end. What's at the end? The same change.
How would you describe your music?
It was just a mess, wasn't it? A mess. A fun mess. A hot mess. I just didn't think we knew what we were doing ever.
It didn't feel like that to any of us who were watching you from the outside. It felt like you knew exactly what you're doing. I thought you were future music. You were
These guys, I mean, the rhythm section were tight.
Dude, your lyrics were tight. It was everything you did hadn't been invented yet. It was yet to be invented. You were ahead of the time. Calling an album Unit, that's funny.
I think everything kind of just came together at that point, didn't it? When you have big successes in your life, it's like, how did you get there? You can't really even look at it in retrospect and go, oh, that's what happened. It's one of those weird mysteries when creating something like that just works. It's timing, it's what's happening in society.
The universe is ready.
It's really weird. It's just the way it happens.
And you were playing with that idea of juxtaposing fairly X-rated kind of lyrical material with kind of pop sensibilities. And when you started getting into that, I thought that was quite different. That's something that I felt hadn't really been done much.
It certainly hadn't been done much on kids' TV, which is what we were trying to make.
Were you guys kids' TV?
Yeah, what was the audience then? What was?
I thought you were kind of...
But what age group were you aiming for?
Well, it was a kids' time slot. It was 9 to 12, Saturday morning. That's when the kids are watching. It was post-Rage. We were the recovery bit. So I know it felt rock and roll. And I've been looking back at some of your performances and going, how on earth did you get away? Did no one know what you were saying?
Yeah.
Because you just got away with it.
I know. Well, I remember that Triple M played that song with the...
Blubber Boy.
Blubber Boy, with the worst word.
Yes.
Was the
Which
first
is a
one
great word.
Naughty
It had
word.
never happened before. That was probably one of the proudest moments from the early days.
I'm your Blubber Boy, you should rub me. Looking like your love is drowning. chain and that's the sun of melt. Rub me on your gun, I'll come back again. I'm your Flubber Boy, you should rub me.
Because, you know, back in the early 90s, it was so, especially in Brisbane,
It was rigid.
the people were with very kind of serious and metal.
Yeah.
Nobody who's in this scene would touch pop music with a 12-foot pole.
Yeah.
And then Quan wrote Blubber Boys, the first pop song that we wrote. And I remember going into Red Zed's and Quan goes, "Hey guys, I got a pop song." And we went, "A what song?" And then he went, "Oh,
He said
yeah."
the P word.
But then he played it and we went, "Oh, let's just play it."
Well,
and
it's
we
in 6/8.
played it.
At least it was in 6/8.
Yeah, the timing's weird, isn't it?
It is super
You
weird.
can't- you don't know how to dance. Where do I pop?
I know.
Exactly.
I feel sorry for people who actually listen to it still in crowds because it is really weird.
Anyway, we played it and in the rehearsal space and it was kind of like, oh, actually, that felt really good. And we went, oh, should we play it? Because it was a really big deal to actually do that. To make pop music was kind of like an untouchable.
But I did sell it. I was like, it's got the word cunt in it.
That's your way, the way you got
It's
it
still
through.
hard.
That pushed us over. Yeah.
Rub me on your gun, I'll come back again. I'm your Flubber Boy, you should rub me, I'm melting away. So bury me now, I'm your Flubber Boy. You rub me, I'm melting away. So bury me.
It is based on like a beautiful fairy tale from the Inuits. That's probably the only time I've ever done that, actually taken a story and turned it into a song.
Kind of, is it a real story?
It is, yeah. It's from a really incredible compendium of fairy tales that a woman went around the world looking for all the old fairy tales that hadn't been like prettied up by Disney or anything.
Disney's not going to do that one.
Probably, well, I mean, maybe. But like the Inuit ones are just out there.
Wow.
Every second one is just about a grandmother who has to look after the woman when the man goes off hunting for seals, and then she turns into this mad bitch who fashions stuff out of whale bones, dildos, and they have a relationship or something while the guy's away, and he has to come home and kill her. Or they're intense.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Yeah. So Blubber Boy was the tamest one in that section.
Every day I shit into the sea. It's strange, but it doesn't mean much to me. I'm living a porcelain dream, and things ain't quite what they seem. Ooh, what's gonna be alright? Ooh, what's gonna be alright?
So let's talk outfits, because it was the 90s and stuff was going on then. Do you have any memories of what you were wearing?
And we had these silver kind of dancer onesies.
Good, yes.
They're very tight.
Super tight.
Comfortable?
I found them comfortable.
Actually, very comfortable, very revealing. It helps to have a guitar. But we did that unit tour recently, and our manager's like, "Oh yeah, I've got the original outfits from
Oh,
the."
yeah.
No, he pulled
washed
them out.
Oh, okay. He's
washed them.
He pulled them out, and we actually wore them
Yeah.
like 5 years ago when we did the unit tour.
Very brave.
We don't care what people
Squeeze
think.
it in.
Squeeze it in.
Obviously.
What's gonna be alright? It's gonna be alright.
One of my favourite songs off the unit record and from that era, actually the only one I could probably listen to and enjoy, just because it's so weird, is that I Piss Alone song, which is basically about the hang-up I used to have about... You know, the thing that cured me, though, was
The
my
hang out you
kids.
had about what?
About pissing
He
in
couldn't
front of
never
people.
pee
I couldn't do it. No.
at a trough.
No.
Yeah.
No troughs allowed.
Yeah.
Which is kind of spoken about fairly truthfully, I thought, in the song.
I piss alone. I don't want nobody to know that I haven't got the pressure of some of the other boys.
I think it's one of the most truthful songs I've ever written.
About needing to wee on your own.
Yeah. And I thought it was very, very personal and people would appreciate that. And I don't think anyone's ever come up and said, "Oh, it really touched me." Which I was like...
It's because it's about weeing on your own. Man, does it mean something else as well? Yes, it probably does. If you say that to a psychologist, they're going to go, no, that's a thing.
Well, yeah. But for me, it was just not being able to wee with someone standing next to me.
It's true.
Right.
I went to so much trouble to avoid it. God,
Yeah.
He did.
you'd see me at shows wandering into the toilet, wandering out, wandering back in, wandering out. The thing I like about that song in particular is how ridiculously screamed it is. Like, I can't scream like that anymore because I remember doing it in the studio and just being like totally burnt out after that song. We did like 2 takes or something. It was just
It's
destroyed.
an end of the set kind of song, because otherwise if you try and do it in the middle, you can't sing
well,
afterwards.
we had to do that unit tour and I had to sing it. And yeah, I had to be really careful, like super careful. Because it's just so out of control. Like, it sounds hysterical.
And the chords are weird.
Yeah, the chord progression is pretty weird. There's a lot of chromatic kind of chord. I don't know where I came up with these things, because I don't do that anymore. Like, you just lose it somehow.
When you were writing songs like Epistle, and I know it was a really serious song for you and it's a very personal issue, but did you know that they were funny?
We were getting a lot of really bogan dudes to our shows.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And there was a lot of violence, and we saw a lot of broken legs and arms and stuff, and we kind of want more girls, and that kind of happened at the same time. We were actually re-listening to, like, you know, She's So Unusual by Cyndi Lauper and Devo and Don Henley, a lot of cheesy 80s stuff. And then I think we had I Like Your Old Stuff, and it was a really punk song. And this kind of sounds like it's been done, and we just thought if we'd try like a Gary Newman kind of vibe, and we just laughed, like thought it was hilarious.
Yes.
And then we're just trying to like one-up each other.
Yeah.
And just doing more and more ridiculous stuff.
I don't go to parties, baby, 'cause people tend to freak me out. Watch their lips to work it out. Hear the word, but I still don't know what it's all about, yeah. Won't see me down the disco, mama, 'cause my nights really hurt my eyes. Grab the stick and dance with you to the funky music playing on my stereo. Things don't get no better than hear me.
Because even when you did a pop song, it's kind of anti-pop at the same time, which I find very funny.
I guess that was like 2 years of art school kind of paid off. I saw an opportunity of working within a framework that was set and regimented.
The pop framework.
Yeah, that's right. And these guys were open to it, so we just sort of threw it all together and came up with that weird hybrid that was the band at that time.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Well, lucky, I think.
Things don't get no better.
So, boys, look, I'm just so glad that you were able to do this with us. This is so exciting. Thank you, and thank you for making art, and please continue to do so for my sake and for the
Thanks.
kids.
Thanks for being there.
I love
Thanks a
you
lot,
guys. I
Dylan.
genuinely love you.
Thank you, Mr. DJ.